Who the fuck likes anime?
Yay, woo, welcome to the Anime Trap House. Something about body fluids, piss, motes, obtuse sexualization of the human condition, and religion. But listen, I have a joke about a butcher and a knife. But before I tell you that one, I gotta tell you this one. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why, Harris?
He didn't. Welcome to the Anime Trap House!
Oh, this is top 5 intros for
Yeah.
sure.
That's probably my favorite one of all time, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't even. Were you gonna finish the joke?
Yeah, you gonna
No, I
finish
did.
it, bud?
That was it. He didn't
did
do
it.
it. Why did he do it? He didn't. That's
What
That-
happened to
look,
you today? What happened?
There's the joke of the butcher, but I have to tell you before that this joke.
Oh, so you gave us the bad
It's
one
coming.
for a good. Okay.
Oh, so the
Gotcha.
butcher just like clocked
That's
out for the
unrelated.
day?
Did the chicken not cross the road because the butcher killed it?
Just let the story progress.
Okay. I just want to.
I'm your
it out.
host. Harris is now 32 years old. Khan.
Yeah.
That's right. And
We love
for his birthday, everybody, which was yesterday, we're gonna have the old-fashioned anime trap house happy birthday song that we're all gonna sing in sync because we all know the words to.
Is this gonna be like
Yep.
Red Robin like thing where like they have
Happy
big
birthday to
birthday.
Con.
Come
Happy
piss,
birthday,
come
Con,
piss.
today.
Birthday to
Birthday,
come
Con,
come in his
birthday.
butthole.
Shit on my
His
mouth.
Birthday, Con.
Harris'
Happy
Happy
guys.
birthday was
Love you,
yesterday.
Daddy.
It was yesterday.
So
We
while
love
you're
you.
doing that, I was nodding with my eyes closed, and
Yeah.
I felt like I was gonna throw up. So I'm not gonna do that anymore.
I love you, Papa Con.
Thanks. I love you guys.
Thanks,
The-
Daddy.
I
Happy
was.
year.
Jessica was like, "Are you gonna do the podcast because it's your birthday?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
The best present to podcast about Baki? Are you kidding?
Yikes.
That's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
I am host, which I already said. I'm 32, baby. The other guys are Cody takes 32 gallons of marital bliss chambers.
Yikes.
Kyle has 32 inches of manhood, Ramsey.
Jesus.
And Justin wants a girl with size 32 feet.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Holy shit.
God, I want some fucking clown shoes.
Yeah, dude. That'll fucking
like
Some
ruin you.
steppers,
The
dude.
foot would be
Yeah,
the
I
size
want-
of my
yeah.
thigh. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah, like when we're in the bedroom, you just hear, and it's just her feet just clapping my back.
Yeah.
Like if she swam, she wouldn't need flippers. You would just hear the clapping on the water.
You gotta
Yeah.
have some
I can ride her
balance,
like a
bro.
boat.
yeah.
okay.
You know how you know how you see it in like, corn movies? They like do the choke with both hands like this, you know what I'm saying? She could
Yep.
do that with her feet to Justin.
In corn movies?
Corn movies, porn movies.
Corn porn. You don't know?
Corn porn.
You,
You don't know about corn porn, dude?
you don't know about shucking
Talking about-
corn, baby?
Yeah, dude.
You know
Talking
what I'm
about liking feet and don't even know about
Shuck
corn
me,
movies,
dude.
dude.
saying? Fucking shuck.
I
me,
want her to
bro.
get unsolicited offers to step on cranberries.
Yeah. She could like get a whole case of wine if she just steps down on that bitch. You know
Hell
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
dude.
Yeah, dude.
How are 32?
How
What's
are
his-
30 how are
we talked
32?
about
Okay.
How
How
are
are
32?
32?
Yeah.
I'm 31.
I'm 31.
Fucking bricked up now, so
Yep. I
Thanks.
got you
Can't
there.
tell you.
I stayed up until 8 a.m.
Yeah.
finishing The Sopranos. I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys know how that show ends.
I don't think I've
I
ever
don't know
seen an
how it
episode.
begins.
It is the most abrupt ending in the history of TV shows.
Is it?
I've heard.
If you've never, just go like on YouTube and look up Soprano ending, and it's like a 4-minute clip. Like you don't need any context about the show.
Okay.
It just ends so abruptly, and it was 8 a.m, and I was like, I thought I had 2 more episodes. What? And then I was like, fuck it, I'm going to sleep. And then I woke up at noon and I said, oh, I have to write for the podcast.
Oh man.
So you're gonna get a very real, very guttural Harris out of this.
A
You know what I mean?
visceral
Like,
Harris,
yeah.
dude. He's
I'm
gonna.
upset that I'm alive for this long in my life. And I'm
Yikes.
also just upset that I didn't sleep very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know when you wake up and you go, still? Like
Yep.
that's your first thought? Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get started, we're talking about Baki. You know? Not Baki, but like Baki Hanma, son of Ogre. You know?
Yeah.
Episodes 5 through 8. You know?
Yeah.
But
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But before we talk about how this show has touched us in the ways that it has touched us, I gotta do some housekeeping.
Housekeeping of love.
Show live Thursday, 5
Hell yeah.
p.m. CST, twitchtv.com/the anime trap house. If not, podcast services. Smash pillow pusher into typer for anime trap house. If enjoy the good word words, come to patreon.com/anime trap house like our Patreon producers. Chris Lives Big Purdue, Aquino Slice, Gauzon the Gauze Goes on the Wound,
True.
and definitely not Purdue.
Yeah.
I
Now,
think
you
he said
channeled your
that with,
inner
like,
Kyle
less-
for that shit, dude.
Right? He did it with less words than I
Yeah.
ever did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want questions answered? Email ath@animetraphouse.com. Also, come be friends with our friends on Discord server or Facebook group. Show notes.
Just saying show notes like that.
Show notes. It's beautiful. That was a work of art.
Oh, I am gonna have a hard time beating that one.
Yeah.
Gotta conserve the energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what it is.
All right. Let's do it, boys. Say what your inner demons have to say about this, Kyle.
Ass.
Okay. Justin.
It's an easy dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Oh yeah.
it's infected me. I don't know if it's like about the place, that I'm at right now in my life. I don't know if it's just how much I hate myself, or I don't know what God did to me in the span of 8 months, 9 months since we last did Baki.
Yeah.
I kind of want to rewatch the first and second season.
Yep.
Cause I'm like, what? I think I'm in the right headspace
Right.
for this right now. Cause I loved it.
Yeah.
Great.
You've entered the zone.
It's so fucking bad and so dumb, but it is so good.
Yeah.
Like the over explanations are
Yeah.
so comical.
Ev-
Like, and some of them are like, I could see this. I could see this.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not gonna pick up my phone and check and see if it's
I'm
real.
not going to Google synchronicity.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna tell people like this is fact from
Yeah.
now on. So
Yeah.
easy dope. I had a great time watching it. A lot of laughs. Very good.
Good. Kyle, are you ready?
Pass.
Cody?
Pass.
I'm gonna go with me then.
Pass it. Pass it back to Kyle.
Kyle.
All right, I'm ready. Yeah, it's a dope. It's dope. I think I've expressed this opinion on the podcast before, but I truly feel it, especially in these episodes, that this is the closest I've ever been to liking wrestling.
Mhm.
Because the whole setup for that scene, him walking out with the bed on his shoulders, I was like,
Yeah.
what is this WWE? Like, I'm entertained.
Mhm. Mhm.
And there's just so much extra shit without any fighting. It's literally whenever I've tried watching wrestling, I'm like, they're just talking. I don't fucking care. But that's Baki.
Yeah.
And I love it.
No.
I love it so much. I don't know why I love it so much. I just can't.
You're just so wrong, too, is the crazy thing that fucking makes you want to blow my face off. Because in wrestling, at least you get a payoff for all the dumb shit that happens. There's never any payoff.
Oh yeah, dude. Someone on the ground just like
I don't know. There was some payoff in this one.
No,
Like,
there wasn't.
bro.
No,
That-
there fucking wasn't.
The punch that
Ugh.
Guevara does to fucking mouth or lip, whatever the fuck. Dude, that was one of the nastiest fucking punches I've ever seen in anime.
Yeah, and then they
It
clip
was-
arted his body out and just spun it in a fucking circle.
That's
Dude,
fine.
that's
Yeah,
I don't
horse shit.
care.
No.
yeah,
the-
dude.
No.
Just
I'm so mad too because Justin was on my side because he quit watching Baki because of how fucking garbage it was. I was like, cool, I'll have somebody else, you know, to talk to.
You're gonna have to get
No,
another friend.
wrong.
you're running out.
You know what's
I'm
happening. dude.
fucking running out.
You knew what this was going to be. That's why you're so adamant about not
man.
watching this.
I,
Go ahead, Cody.
It's bad. It's so unbelievably boring and bad.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
understand why you guys say like it's so cool because cool shit happens when nothing happens.
Say what you will about Cody, but he will stick to the meme. You know,
Yeah.
It's
he'll
not
just
a meme.
He'll hang in there,
Nothing
dude.
I mean, you were just saying at the end of that episode last week that you loved it.
The show's called
Yeah.
Shut the Fuck Up.
You
Listen,
literally held your silence when we said,
Yeah.
the
"Yeah,
stuff-
if you love
yeah.
it, don't say nothing."
Don't
And
say
you
anything
just
if you love the
stunned.
show, and then
Yeah.
And then you just, when
not-
stunned silence, you were like, "This is me. I love
Yeah.
it now."
the show's so bad that it literally made my guts turn into bubbles and it made me
Nice.
shit. So I shit another toilet out onto my toilet
Wow.
to shit in that because it was just like you just need more toilet to store all the
Was
garbage
your
in.
shit porcelain or was it a poop toilet?
It was a poop toilet. It was actually pretty impressive.
If you have a poop toilet, do you need plumbing or does it just like poop and stick and become part of the
Since it
toilet?
was on top of the toilet, there was just a hole in the bottom of it, so it just went directly into the toilet.
Does the
when I
toilet
sat
just
on the poop
get
toilet.
bigger every time you shit in it? That'd be kind of cool.
No,
Yeah.
it just gets all smushy.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this shit's garbage though. It's like a shit toilet, you know?
Got it.
He fucking like the show's called Baki Hanma, and this was the problem with all the other seasons. Baki does literally not like Baki's not a character in the show. He does nothing. He just is there to exist, and then they introduce 70 other characters that are there for 2 episodes. They do 1 to 2 punches and then talk for 3 episodes, and then they're gone. They just keep doing the same shitty formula.
I literally don't know what he's talking about.
What do you mean?
This Baki Hanma is the time it makes sense to me that he's the main character because he's literally just us. Everything that's happened in this show so far is exactly what I'm thinking. When they're talking about Oliva saying, "Hey, I love my girl and I'm fighting," and he's like, "I don't fucking care. I just want to fight."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when he's like, "They're
Yeah.
fucking playing with a bandana, I'm gonna go Mr. Steal Your Girl," you know? Like, I'm like,
It's
yeah,
just-
this is makes total sense to me right now, dude.
I just hate you so fucking
This is
much.
exactly what I would do in this situation.
It's
I'd be
just
like,
so
I'm trying to fuck.
dumb, dude.
Great.
Instead
said,
of like
"I wanna
having
fight."
cool shit happen, we have to go with Oliva and his fucking stupid fat fucking girlfriend talking about like,
Whoa, dude.
oh, I love her so much. I'm like, I don't care. You're introducing this character 4 seconds ago because she was never talked about ever before, but now all of a sudden it's a little funny joke. No, it's not. It's dumb. Woo. It's dumb, it's bad, and I hate it.
So you're giving it a dope.
I'm giving it the ropest of ropes,
Oh,
and I can't. I'm just.
I thought he was gonna do the thing Justin did.
It's unbelievable.
I thought he was gonna.
It's
swerve us.
unbelievable how you guys think this is good. I cannot. I can't. You know, I just
Okay.
fucking can't.
I wrote a lot because I need to
Okay.
organize my thoughts on this. Okay. I figured out the problem that I have with Baki. I couldn't figure it out for a long time.
Okay.
Imagine Dragon Ball Z, right? We all know the story. Imagine when the show started, like before Goku learns he's a Saiyan and Raditz comes to Earth. Imagine at that point, we know that the series is going to end with Goku versus Kid Buu, right? And we see how absurdly strong Kid Buu is in the scope of like gods and energy blasts and everything else. Now, imagine that Goku still has to fight all the other villains in the meantime. And sometimes it's not even him fighting. It's
Not
just random
sometimes.
characters
Not
that get
sometimes.
pulled in.
Not sometimes. Every time, Harris.
Baki's had some fights.
Every
In like
other
the
time.
first season. Where,
He fought the delinquents. He fought the guy after he had the Kool-Aid.
He fought the
He
Mantis.
fought poisoning guy.
go
He
ahead.
fought Shadow Mike Tyson.
But
You're right. He fights all the time. Go ahead.
the core problem, right, is it's just constant. Before I tell you that story, I have to tell you this one. And then even more before I tell you that story, I have to tell you this one. And it's just absolutely written by someone who has the most ADHD. You know?
Yeah, and see, I would see that as a problem if it wasn't so
Oh.
fucking entertaining.
Right. And then it's great that Kyle brought up this wrestling situation,
Mhm.
right? Because this is, if you ask any wrestling fan like that religiously watches the show, this is the worst. Like at least this group of episodes is the worst part of wrestling, where you're just constantly given stories that are pulled out of nowhere, have
Mhm.
no resolution because things just end, and then have no longevity in the storytelling. It's like you build these things up and then they just kind of stop, and then it's like, where do we go from here? Don't worry about it. So I'm sorry to say,
Uh-oh.
boys,
Uh-oh.
but I think realizing this pattern has led me to the dark side of Baki.
No.
He's going to say dope
Oh.
as dope anyway.
I
Don't
can't
fucking let him
believe
trick you.
I'm about to do
Don't.
this.
Don't do it.
Don't let him
But-
trick you.
Oh.
This group of episodes,
Oh no.
guess a choke. I know.
Oh.
Nuh-uh, dude.
I know.
There's no
Wow.
way.
It hurts me so much.
Where were you when
Wow.
Harris went bad?
It hurt me so much because
Oh,
as I was writing this, and I watched it all the first time through, and I was like, okay, whatever, Baki. And then I had to go through and write again, and I was like, oh my god, the triplets, oh my god, this, oh my god, like it just was nonstop, and it just wore on my sanity.
Dude, my heart is fluttering right now with just pure excitement and joy. My dick is it's just leaking, dude. There is just a puddle underneath me right. I'm going to scoop it up
Like,
and I'm going to drink it. That's what I'm going to
Like-
do.
don't get me wrong, because this is a masochistic love that I have, because even when wrestling is bad, I still love it. And it's the same thing with this. Even when it's bad, I'll still love it. But I can't pretend like it's good. I can't do it right now, boys. I'm sorry. Please forgive.
I get it.
Yeah, 32 looks good on you, dude. You're looking
What
real
happened?
solid at 32.
What happened, dude?
This
Mm.
age has given me wisdom beyond my years. And to that point, plot!
No,
Plot!
no,
Plot.
stop.
No!
No.
No!
Yes.
No, not plot.
We
Talk.
have,
Talp.
I have three things, all right?
Three
Okay.
things.
Three things before the plot. First,
Okay. Plot.
we did it last week. All right, we're gonna do it this week. We're gonna do Amelia's minute. All right,
Uh-oh.
and by minute I mean like 4 seconds. Her review of Baki. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
When is something going to happen?
That was her review.
Cool.
Hell
You're just
yeah.
making her say that shit. You're just
I'm
like,
definitely not. No, that would never happen. I would not stoop to that level.
Kid's smart, you know? Like,
Yeah. Nothing
as smart
happens.
as a 32-year-old.
That's
you
right.
know?
All right, with that out of the way.
Clothesline that kid want to see her.
No, you're not. They're not gonna fucking touch her, okay? Because she's smart. She's smarter than your fucking dumbass. Talking about
I
I watch the
know.
show 2 times. Every time I watch it, don't even know it's fucking shit. Look at you. All right, we got a review, an email review. We've been getting a lot of them lately, and it feels good, you know.
Dope.
I
man.
need this.
good,
It
dude.
gives me
We
energy.
just got a letter.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. I
We're gonna
wonder
get
who
copy
it's
strike on
from.
Blue's Clues.
Fuck. Now
DMC
we are
I'll
canceled.
I'll punch that fucker in the face, dude.
Hey,
Swear to God.
Hey.
hey,
Hey,
hey!
Stop
Steve
it.
is a good man.
yeah.
Yeah,
Knock
that
it
doesn't go
off.
for blue.
Blue's is a piece of shit.
Yeah, Blue is just a fucking tailgater.
Blue would
dude.
catch up. Fucking
Blue's
hell,
little
you know
bitch
what
ass
I'm
didn't say
saying?
one word the whole damn show. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
fucking leaving paw prints
talking
everywhere.
about-
Grow up.
Just
bro.
pulling a Cody,
Yeah.
making us fucking carry it.
You fucking kidding me right now?
Just
You
leaving
fucking
paw
kidding me right
prints
now,
on
dude?
my fucking taint. You know what I mean? Like,
Hell yeah, dude.
like it's a
All right,
clue.
shut the fuck up and let me read this.
Play my ass like a trombone.
This is from Hannah
Oh.
D. All right. I don't want to say the full name because I don't know if they want me to or not, so I'm doing that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hannah Docs.
Hannah Dick.
Great. Hannah Dope for leaving
Hannah-
us a review.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Dick. You should watch the you should watch the anime Castlevania. It's on Netflix. Or you guys should each pick 3 anime characters out of any anime and see who would win with their team. This is like, suggesting, which is actually a really good idea. It's actually a solid
Superman.
idea. She said if the podcast could be Hokage, you guys would be Hokage, and let's get something straight. Clear my throat first one.
Oh no. Oh no.
Cody is the funniest, not gonna lie. Boom, bitches!
Whatever.
Eat
How
my
many
whole
other
ass.
emails did you not
Can
read?
you give us the login so that we can see this email, or you
Yeah,
just wanna?
I
Like,
can.
You just gonna make
it
shit up
literally
like
says
that?
it at the end.
It says
You just
it
gonna
says,
make
says it
it
at
up.
the end.
Cody Chambers.
Yeah.
It even spells my name wrong. That's how I know it's legit.
You know that trick by now.
Because if it was somebody
You know
I
that
knew,
trick.
then they would put the T in. All right.
No, you know that trick.
It's just some smart person. Okay. It's just a very
Okay.
smart, nice,
Whatever, dude.
loving, sweet individual sending us an email.
No.
We're the Hokage. And last thing I wanted to talk about before we get into the plotty to thotty is the winner of the giveaway. We didn't get a whole lot of people writing in, but it's fine. It's fine. You guys don't want free shit, it's fine. The person who won, I'm not going to say their last name because I don't want to.
Yeah.
It is James A. I don't know who that is, but that's who it is.
Congratulations, James.
I don't know if they're in the Discord or not, but I'll email them back.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Congrats, James. You're gonna get something. I hope you like. I hope you
Oh,
like.
you gonna get
like,
something.
Uh-oh.
Hope you like Jujutsu Kaisen because you're probably gonna get something from that.
Just don't sniff it.
Yeah,
Don't-
definitely sniff it.
Definitely don't lock yourself in a
That's
room.
half the fun.
Open it in a open field, or you
Yeah.
will knock yourself out.
And it's gonna be a jar of 32-year-old fucking seed from the Mr. Khan. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Harris, I did my thing. And don't you ever tell me no again when I tell you to hold off
Plot.
onto the plot, dude.
No. Plot!
Plot!
Plot! Plot!
Plot.
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 Plot!
That second yell took a lot out of me. I felt my whole brain
Yeah.
shake. Plot!
Plot.
Plot, Baki shit, plot!
Plot.
Plot.
Plot. Plot. Plot. Plot. Plot. Plot.
Baki's dog shit plot.
All right. Episode 5. As I'm sitting down to write this, I saw the title of this episode and got mad all over again.
Oh, what's the title?
It's like Terrible Triplets or something.
Hell yeah, dude.
Feels so bad.
Well, you didn't like these guys? You didn't like these fun, awesome characters? That they just introduced to fight another character that you didn't like this?
It's the age of bare hands, if you didn't know. We don't even need weapons anymore because body are greater than machine gun. You guys know that? You know that?
Yeah,
Like when
it
you go to
is.
the airport, the thing is just
They can't-
detecting your
yeah.
power level.
And
It's
they
not
can't
really checking.
They
for
can't
anything.
tell how dense you are. Like
Yeah.
you could be 3 people, but they can't tell.
Could
because
you
you're-
imagine that they wouldn't let you fly because you're too cut?
Like,
They're like, no, you look at that. No, you can't
look
fly.
at
dude.
look at them pythons, dude.
Look at them fucking
Nah,
pythons.
That's
No
a
way, dude.
liability.
No
Like,
way
what's your
you're gonna
BMI?
knock someone out.
-8?
Yeah.
Can I just say that this episode, out of all the Baki episodes I've watched, had the best explanations for things.
Yeah.
I fucking loved them.
It's
They were
so
good
much.
memes.
Loved it.
it's like being around a very intelligent drunk person.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I appreciate what you're trying to teach me, but we're hammer drunk.
Mhm.
I don't need to hear this right now.
You need to listen, okay? First,
Listen,
So
we
there's
don't
a lip,
machine
guns,
guns.
and then there's the teeth.
teeth, bonefish.
When you eat something, you ever notice your tongue moves?
Yep.
Go eat chicken right now. Bet.
Hey, chicken.
Pussy.
Bet you won't eat a
Militaries,
bone.
militaries across the world use subspace satellites to monitor Yujiro Hanma, Biscuit Oliva, and Jay Guevara. It messes up GPSs all over the area.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hey, what was this?
Anytime they run more than a walking pace.
Yep.
Yeah, is that? It's not gonna be. They're not gonna bring
That's
that
what they do
back.
for us. That's what they do for us.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Too bad it never happens.
Yeah, too bad I fucking.
You think I go that fast?
You think
bro?
I'm moving, bitch?
You think
Shit.
I'm moving?
Y'all stupid.
Unless I'm downstairs and then the mud butt hits. you know?
Right?
Then I'm
Yeah,
cruising,
that's-
baby.
Well, even then, dude, I'll shit myself. I don't know.
Is that why my GPS goes out, dude?
GPS goes down. Oh, Harris is
Every
sprinting.
time. Okay, got you. Every time it goes down, I'm like, Harris is shitting.
Right. And then I just sit
Emergency.
while I'm taking a shit, coughing my lungs out because the sprint up the steps took a lot out of me. This guard comes in while Baki and the old man are talking and then breaks off the old man's nail. It was
Yeah.
disgusting, dude. It's so gross.
So good.
This is how. This is what gets me so bad. Is I know I would love Baki if just more shit like this happened.
Yeah.
Like if it was just not a constant thing, but just
More frequently.
Give me it more often and less of the dumb shit. You know,
Yeah.
I would love Baki.
Baki calls the guard bald, and the guard says the following. So I had a bad day. I'm taking you down, and qualified immunity is still around.
Yeah. Really just speaks to Baki and the prisons.
That's what I'm saying, dude. He's coming after the prison industrial system, and I'm here
Yep.
for it.
Yep.
I appreciate it.
hmm
I don't know why I sang. Baki responds with a swift kick to the face and dislocates his shoulder because he's got the thumb thing still going on,
Yeah.
and then kicks the guard off the railing in the prison area, but then saves him. But then his thumb blood drip everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It like
Oh, man.
shatters both of
That
his
hurts.
thumbs down.
That
I
hurt.
hated that. Yeah, my
I
thumbs
hated
hurt real
looking
bad.
at that.
And
Didn't
that's
like
the
it.
thing, dude, is fucking this whole scene was awesome. And then the
Yeah.
rest of the episode is dog shit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm like, just give me Baki doing shit like this. I just need this show that's called Baki Hanma to just put Baki in there just a tiny fucking bit more.
No, they call it Baki Hama because he is the avatar of the viewer. You know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I was around and some dude knocked an old dude's nail off,
You'd
I'd call him bald and kick him,
yeah, and then you'd catch him with your thumbs.
and then I'd catch him because I feel bad. You know.
And I'd let him shatter both my thumbs, and I'd throw him
Yeah.
up because I'm fucking ripped, dude.
Right.
BMI -8.
Right.
Oh, what?
While Baki's fighting this guard, Guevara shows up and says, "America bad, Baki is baby." And guard says he won't do anything about it. He said, "I trip." That's it.
That's it.
Baki is then hammering in railroad cinder blocks with 2 hits when Iron Mike does it in 3. Guard says you should compete. You just explained how Baki would beat him. This guard is dumb as shit. He's like, "Hey, Baki, you do it in 2 hits. Iron Mike takes 3. You guys should do it together and see who's
Yeah.
better." What? You don't understand?
Yeah.
2 less than 3? You
2
fast?
is less than 3.
Hard
Yeah.
math, dude. He's
That's
a
why they're
guard.
working as a security
Not a
guard, you
fucking
know?
mathematician, all right?
Fucking
Yeah,
idiot.
he's
God,
just
cut
paid
him
to
a fucking
watch and
break.
But
Come
they
on,
have
dude.
this shot where it's
Brain
like zoomed out, and Baki is like 300 feet further out than
Yeah,
Iron
he's-
Mike,
he
and
a
he's like,
fucking
"You guys
cartographer?
should, you
Yeah,
guys should
dude.
compete." I got the ruler out and fucking.
He's a guard. Is he a statistician?
Is he a
He could be. He should.
statistician,
I don't
dude?
know.
does he
I don't
work
think-
IT?
Might.
Yeah.
Iron Mike is getting out of jail soon. I forgot about all this. And
Yeah.
is going for the heavyweight title, but the Boxing Association doesn't want their belt on another criminal.
They don't like delinquents.
That's not what they mean. It's not what they mean.
What do you mean?
And then they talk about Sonny Liston, who was a criminal and then became champion because he was bored in prison, and the fans didn't really like it. And I paused on these fans.
Yeah.
I'm going to say there was definitely some racial undertones under all this, you know?
A lot of white
Yeah,
fans.
it really just speaks volumes to
To the prison system.
just the prison
Racism.
system and the racial injustice in America.
Yeah, that's why we like Baki, for its political stance on
That's
things
what
that
I'm
are
saying.
just
Like,
things that are
Baki's
just
not
wrong.
afraid to like take down the U.S. industrial system and race and systemic racism. You know?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why I see. I'm starting to see why you guys like it so much now. It's
But
very political.
This whole episode and the next one was just me gritting my teeth, going, "Big yikes!" You know?
Yeah.
Some reason it's like slightly worse when another country is doing it about our history.
Right.
It's like we know. Okay.
We know.
Like,
You don't gotta fuck it. I get it. Okay.
Right. Right. The warden gets paid to take out Iron Mike and calls in 3 people called the Mouth because they only do bukkake and snowball scenes together.
Fuck yeah, dude.
If you bust in one of their mouths, the other 2 can tell you what you ate.
What?
And then there's something about eating fish and then what that mouth do, you know?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I love the triplet.
There's 3 guys. If you bust in one of their mouths, the other 2 tell you what you ate? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's fucking wild.
Talk about synchronicity, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a
You
cool
pop-
party trick,
You
dude.
pop and one of them says salty. You're like, damn.
Damn. Got my ass.
I mean,
It was
they
so
are called
sexual.
mouth because
It was very
I mean,
sexual.
I mean, they had some dissels.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
wanted to be
those dudes.
in that mouth.
They
dude.
were very
Ooh.
attractive.
I wanted to be like, cook me up.
Oh,
And they're all
Dude,
talking,
you're
but like each person will say a different word.
Dude.
yeah.
No, they say one syllable each person,
Which
and
was
it's
so. It was honestly cool.
It was so-
but
It was,
Was
a
it?
lot.
clearly, yeah.
Was it cool?
It was a lot.
it was awesome. I
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Kyle. I'm with you all
Thank
the
you.
way.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah.
I
Maybe-
You got a person in
maybe-
your court today.
Maybe I was just like the guard and was
Oh.
so uncomfortable about this
Yeah, I
I
happening.
think you're just
Also-
cranky, dude.
Also knowing that they were all white and knowing what they were about to do,
Yeah.
also not
Yeah.
very comfortable with the whole situation.
Why did they do this to Mike Tyson too?
Yeah, they didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't. Yeah, what?
Do it to just some random dude. Why you gotta fuck with Mike Tyson?
The thing that has me
They
so
didn't
fucked
say
up.
Mike
Okay.
Tyson. It's the Iron
But listen,
Mike.
listen.
Oh,
Like I know that this
Michael.
this author wants to use like real life people to give you. You could have done it with Rocky. He's already a fictional character based on a like I guess there's an IP situation there,
Yeah, he's
right?
not part of the Rocky verse.
You could have just named him like Balboa, or just
Right.
just some or like just name him Creed. Like you could use Creed.
or just not even any other. Just any other.
yeah.
Or
name.
just
His
name him
is Bob.
Stoney.
Yeah.
You know?
Imagine this entire
scene, except instead of Mike, it's I'll say Leo you all once.
Yeah, and then they talk about they call their mouth. They're called the mouth because one is teeth and one's lips and one's tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's something about you don't think about how coordinated you are when you eat fish.
Okay, no, can we back up a little, just a smidge?
Nope.
The dude being like, yeah, there's great synergies, and then he lists like 3 random things.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck are you going on? And then he
Dude,
listed
they
another
went
3
on
things.
so
And
long.
I was like,
Those
what
three
are-
things.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you
Yeah.
fucking going on about?
I couldn't believe it. I was sitting here, of course, I had it on 1.5 times speed, of course.
Right.
And I was
Right, of
drawing,
course.
and it just kept going. I'm like, fucking how? How is
No,
this
they did-
conversation?
They did a
2
full
examples
A full
before.
set.
Yeah.
3 of them, and then he talks for a second, and then he gives more examples.
Yeah.
He's like, and then I don't know, like forks and spoons and knives. Those are good, like synergy.
and then like the sky, the earth, and the water.
Yeah,
like,
and the Harris and the Kyle and the Justin.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all there. You know, they all just pass bones along. And then they show the fish eating thing is very sexual.
And then
So
they go through. I knew when this was happening. This is the one I clapped for. I fucking was like so happy just imagining Cody just rolling his fucking eyes that we are literally getting a description and an explanation of how eating works.
The thing is, though, is I liked this. When he started talking about the eating shit, I'm like, that's fucking funny that they're called the mouth because these 3 things. But Kyle, you were gonna tell me that the fucking 12-minute conversation they had prior to that was fine? That's just okay to do?
Mm-hmm.
It was so long, dude.
Uh-huh.
It lasted so long.
That's my comedy though. I fucking love it, dude. I love it.
Like you said, it's the writing that's a strong suit. It's that that was the foreplay to the explanation of how a mouth works.
I don't need foreplay, dude. I hate it.
This is literally like whenever I tell people that like Baki over explains shit, this will be the one that I tell. I can't remember any
100%.
other one anymore. I'm gonna be like, they literally talk about how dope it is that you don't accidentally bite your tongue.
I do that all the
I
fucking
bite
time.
the inside of my cheek all the time. I didn't
all
relate
the
to
time,
it.
dude.
The mouth then meets Iron Mike out in the courtyard and says that he's 3.2 a man.
Dude, this is my favorite Baki explanation in the entire series. This is so I loved it. I loved it so much.
When I was listening to this one, I was thinking of Justin being like, "You're right. You're not playing basketball and baseball at the same time."
Yeah, yeah,
This is the same thing.
yeah. Like people don't understand how you calculate those things. Okay, you see, you say somebody's 3.2 times. Well, that just means 4 people can take you, right? No, that's not what it means. That means that 4 people have to be working in complete synchronicity.
They're bringing it back. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Gotcha.
Teamwork fighting
Show's good.
is only used in pro wrestling, and it's not even really a martial art, which fucked them. And then we see these 3 guys just jump Iron Mike in a very coordinated effort.
Yeah.
And the guard that brought Mike here is black, and he's yelling support for Iron Mike, and this is just very racially charged for no reason.
Yeah, dude. It's 3 pale
And how
white
they
dudes.
look, and the way they look too, it looks like they're from like a time where this would happen.
Yeah.
Like it's
there needed to be if they threw out boy one time, I would have called it. You know what I mean? That would have been it for me.
Or a son. I don't know.
Yeah, like just it's not
I thought
good.
for sure a boy was coming out. Like when the dude jumped on the water, I was thinking, "We got you now, boy." And I was like, "Oh, I gotta turn it off,
like,
dude.
oh,
I can't
fuck,
take it."
dude. This is a bit.
And the guard didn't even try.
No.
Didn't even
That's the end
fucking
of
try.
this.
I mean, they weren't attacking the prison.
That's the end of this episode.
Harris, can you say that one more time for me, please? Go ahead.
Which one?
Just say it's the end. Go ahead one more time, please.
That's the end of the episode.
That's the end of the episode, boys. What happened? Fucking nothing, dude.
So much.
You're so wrong.
No,
Dude,
dude,
I
are
learned-
you kidding me?
I
Nothing happened.
Did
I
you see the
learned-
mouth scene?
Yeah.
Did you even watch it?
I couldn't believe it when that was the ending. I'm like, oh, they're gonna kill him really quick, and that's gonna be. I don't even know why I thought that. I'm like,
Yeah,
no.
no one
What's
dies.
actually gonna happen is they're gonna do the entire fight, the next entire episode.
Yep.
And that's what happened.
I gave this episode a Paul Bunyan out of The Longest Yard.
What?
All right, this is one of your best ones.
Paul Bunyan, because he also was doing like railroad stuff.
Okay.
You know? And then
What
the
is he-
longest yard, because it's prison stuff, doing prison stuff with getting
Didn't they
money.
play
about
football though?
it.
In
What is
Longest
fighting
Yard?
if not football?
Yeah, I guess Baki
If you're
logic,
on a
absolutely
team,
right.
You're playing football against
So-
basketball players.
All right. So remember that? Remember that joke in the intro about the butcher
Yeah.
and the chicken crossing the road?
Mhm.
He crossed it now. Do you know why?
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 Episode 6.
I
It's building. It's
okay.
building.
Just like the show, I get it. I get it.
Yep.
I get it.
Parallels.
I don't know how to trust Harris brain right now.
Hairspray.
Dude, I'm in love right
is
now.
anti-Harris
I
right
could,
now.
like,
I
Harris-
could
This is
take
reverse
this
Harris,
moment,
right?
I could take this moment, put it in a bottle, and fuck the shit out of that bottle.
This
dude.
is
Yeah.
Sarah.
Oh, I
This is
love
Sarah
this
backwards.
moment
This
so
Sarah
much.
is the right word. There's a funny story about Sarah because that's what they used to call servants back in the day. Because I remember reading it in Romeo and Juliet where they're like, Sarah, fetch me some wine. And I was like, that's my name backwards. They got me fucked up. Iron Mike uses the peekaboo fight style. The mouth works Iron Mike either way by
Yeah,
striking
dude.
at the same time. They just say, we're
Yeah.
just going to punch you at the same time. We've seen enough Jackie Chan movies. Why they go at him one at a time?
Yeah. Shit's dumb,
Yeah.
dude.
I mean, that's what they did with the elephant.
Yeah.
They didn't fire one single shot. They
No.
went at
Yeah.
it one at a time.
One at a time. And then, two of the guys just heel smash Iron Mike's face.
This was a lot.
Whoa, buddy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Pretty fucking heavy, dude.
Whoa, buddy.
A lot of spice to this one.
I did like the explanation of the heel smash.
Yeah, it was good. I got it.
Sure.
I understood it. They're like, yeah, you could either just like kick someone in the balls or poke them in the eyes, or you could just smash your heel into
Yeah.
their face.
Even
because-
even like a
this sh-
5-year-old could take down like a bodybuilder with just
Yeah.
one heel to the fucking nose.
Yeah,
I get
this
it.
show is just educational. I don't
Yeah,
know. Like,
yeah. I'm glad they told me. Yeah, well, if you stomp somebody's face in with your heel, it hurts.
Yeah.
Kind of like, yeah, if you hit somebody with your elbow, it hurts. You're like,
I want a
"I'm-"
supercut of
Okay.
just the explanations.
Yeah.
Nothing else. No context. No show. Just
Oh, I know,
think-
I know what you could watch. Baki Hanma. It's on Netflix, and they just do explanations of dumb shit.
I think that's the thing that has me fucked up. If it was just one thing or the other, it'd be great. But this constant fucking like interweaving shit just gives me so much whiplash.
they went hard on these four.
Mm-hmm.
They then take a knife to his forearm and they're about to cut it so he can't make a fist anymore. And then a pinwheel is thrown into a wall. And then
What
And
was
then-
this?
Jay Guevara just rolls past them.
I did laugh pretty hard at this
can't-
part. I was like, what the
The
fuck?
slowest fucking like kid somersault of my life.
Yeah.
And then like slowly bumps up against the wall and just falls over.
You guys are
Yeah.
lying to me if you say you don't love this.
Oh, I fucking
just
died.
said,
This was
I just
hilarious.
said, I did laugh. I hate this show more than anything. This shit had me dying. I was like, why?
I thought I was on drugs. I really thought.
I had to rewind it because I felt like I missed something.
Yeah.
I
And then
did
I was
too,
like-
because, like I said, I was drawing and I didn't see the pinwheel hit the wall. I just heard something, and then I look over and it's just him rolling. I'm like, hold on, what happened?
The opposite. I was like, pinwheel. Like,
That-
and then I went to back. It just like flies across the screen and
Yeah.
like goes through concrete. And I'm like,
You-
okay.
you have to understand, like, how did he maintain that speed for that distance?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it was a distance that he just kept going at this very slow pace.
I don't
I
even
can
know
do
how you roll like that
Yeah.
slowly. Like gravity's gonna take you. You know what I'm saying? But not him.
Nope.
And then he stands up and says, "This pinwheel's not spinning. The moon is pretty. I used to be a pirate." That's what he says. And then they're all square up, like the mouth is about to fight him. And then Guevara hits him with the R. Kelly, baby, a Baki staple.
Oh yeah.
Loved it.
Oh,
Water
shining
hoses on
key.
him.
Thumb out, just fucking, just
Just
going.
fucking just letting it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just
There's a
fuck.
lot of piss in Baki.
There's
Yeah.
so much piss.
I'm about
More.
it, dude.
And it's always so
More than
clear, dude.
necessary.
It makes me
Yeah.
feel bad about myself
It wasn't even
because
clear this time. It was glowing.
It was literally
it was
Shining in
wa-
the moonlight.
just
It
yeah,
was
I
clear.
know it was shining in the moonlight, but it was like it was bright.
It was
It was
pure
bright
white.
piss.
it was pure white. That's what I'm saying.
Pure
Like, it
white,
was like
bright piss.
Fluoride, dude.
Yeah.
This man is just straight up pissing
Brushes
toothpaste.
teeth.
The mouth then stomps on Guevara's face repeatedly after, we got the explanation about how heel smashes are really big.
Mhm.
He drew a circle
With his piss.
sand,
Yeah.
and then he laid in it, which isn't even like a defensible position. He's like, yeah, I did that.
He said, he's like, oh man, a guy just pissed on one of your guys. What are you gonna do about it? And then he just like he's into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he just lays down. He's like, please just stomp on me.
Yeah.
It's like
He
lucky
did
for
it like
you,
it
I
was like a
love
s-
water sports.
Like it was like some kind of like warding circle in like some fantasy
Yeah.
setting. Like,
He was
Yeah.
going
fucking
for a very specific kind of weird. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
This is a kink that I have never seen, but I'm
Right.
definitely Googling it on the hub tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
Pissley face stomp, dude. Definitely hitting that up tonight.
Guevara then sits up Undertaker style. And then he calls the wind and takes his shirt off and marks his face up about it. He just rubs some dirt, makes like cool designs and shit. And then he says, "It's high noon."
Yeah.
And the mouth is like, "Whatever, dude. You're just hype. You just do weird shit.
Right. He's like, you just take Adderall all the fucking time and you do weird
just
shit like this, dude.
Fucking
Laying in
pinwheel,
piss.
rolling around shit, moon, pissing on people. Whatever, dude. We're gonna get in a fucking tetrahedron
Yeah,
formation,
dude.
I
dude."
love this so much.
Oh, fuck
One dude
me.
thinks he's Spider-Man, just gets up in the corner, and the other two just kind of corner him,
Yeah.
And Guevara looks up at the one dude up there and says, "How you get up there, man?
How you gonna get down?
How you gonna get down? It's pretty high." And then Guevara makes the most horrifying face I've ever seen in my life, and uppercuts one of the people so hard he just bleeds from every facial orifice. Dude.
This was so good.
Yeah.
It would have been good if
He
the-
hit him so hard, he flew up in the air, face level with the other dude.
Yeah, broke his teeth. And then he just fucking launches him up. And the dude who's up in the corner looks at this dude, come up and look at his face.
Yeah.
You know the precision of strength you need to do to get someone to hit straight up into another dude's face. You know what I mean?
He
Yeah.
he
I
knows the exact amount of joules of force he needs
Right.
to fucking
Yeah, because I feel like the real problem of trying to do that is that you try to punch them hard enough to do that, and you just wind up crushing their fucking skull.
Yeah,
Right.
you just shatter their jaw off the bottom of their face.
Yeah, you just wind up wearing their skull like a fucking like a glove.
Like
Yeah,
a
dude.
fucking
Like a boxing
cestus,
glove.
you know? And then the one dude that's lip apparently pisses himself and runs away, and the fight just ends.
Yeah.
Dude,
Just ends.
they say they're
Well,
like,
it's 'cause they
and
were-
then the
it
guy
was-
runs with the blend of his and another man's piss.
Mhm.
I'm like, love that.
Art.
Yep.
Art,
Love
dude.
that.
Can't write that.
I
You
mean,
can't write that.
because they knew that Mike was less than 3 fighters, but this guy they found it was more than 3,
Mhm.
and then they were down to 2, and that's way
And that's
Okay,
way less.
I am convinced that this show is written by either a person from another dimension or B, a person with godlike knowledge about the universe.
Oh yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
Like it has to be one of those two
Yeah.
things.
There's
I
a thin line between stupidity and genius. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
yeah, there is a consistent just feeling of just awe of Baki. Like not even like saying like it's great. I don't know how you
Think of this.
how.
Yeah.
Like I said, the one thing that you cannot call Baki is mediocre.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is so extra in
I couldn't-
everything it does.
I couldn't imagine, like, if I wanted someone to go and save Mike Tyson, I wouldn't be like, all right, throw the pin. Then he's gonna roll in.
So like
Hell yeah.
imagine like Iron Mike's getting hate crimed, and then this guy throws and then Che Guevara throws a fucking thing
You're
to
like,
save
wait,
him.
hold on,
What?
Che?
What?
You
Yeah,
know
so
the
here we
guy
go.
at communism,
Iron-
Cuba?
Yeah, Mike Tyson's getting hate crimed in a prison by 3 fucking triplet fucking. I don't even know what to call them. What
Their mouth.
They look like. No, like what do they look like? They look
They
like
look like dick sucking lips
They
and
look
suits,
like
dude.
They look like
50s like
Gangster
it's
dudes,
how
dude.
they like
they
drew
look like
people in the
vacuums.
1950s. Like it
Yeah.
looked like a 1950s like
No, they
racist
also
cop.
looked very. They looked like they wanted to fuck kids. They looked like pedophiles that were vampires in the 1950s. That's what they looked like.
but hot.
No.
I think being a vampire inherently makes you hot.
Yeah, kind of. The whole
Actually,
fucking
they're
kids thing
cold-
is a
they're
big
kinda
turnoff,
cold.
though.
That's a
Because
big
they're-
turnoff. That's
big
definitely
turnoff,
a big
yeah.
turnoff.
So the dude was writing this. She's like, let's have some pedophiles hate crime Mike Tyson in prison. They're like,
And then
"What?"
Che Guevara's gonna save him.
And then Che
by
Guevara
pissing
rolls
on
in.
him, you know?
He pees on him. And then he lays in it and lets them stomp their face.
Because like this was definitely in the manga, right? So like there had to have been a moment where he's writing it, and then like someone in his life was like, "Hey, what are you drawing?" And he's like, "Oh, let me show you." And he's like showing the summoning circle of P, and he's
Right.
like, "Okay, maybe I'm missing some context."
Well, like I think we
keep
brought it up.
going back a page to try and fucking find the
Yeah.
context.
We brought it up one time, right? Like this person, whoever wrote this, their daughter wrote Beastars,
Yeah.
which totally makes sense.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh wow. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
It makes sense now.
That is a fucking like that's a so okay, so you know the scene in here. Okay,
Justin
hang on.
having his brain
All right,
broke
hang
on
on.
that one.
So you know how they say in this group of episodes that the Hanma bloodline is the
Yeah.
most potent thing on Earth. Whatever their fucking bloodline is, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like they were
That-
talking about
yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
That's a
'Cause
family of
holy
fucking
shit.
aliens, dude.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
don't. Yeah, they're not from here.
Yeah.
You can't write
Yeah.
this. You can't. He has to have like an LSD trip nightly in order to write this shit.
At the very least, there's something in the water.
Yeah.
I want that.
Iron Mike then thanks Guevara. That's the end of it. Guevara says that he won't be Baki's boyfriend, but we can put hands on each other whenever you want, dude. Even
Yeah.
if it's not windy outside.
I think
And
actually
then-
I'm starting to agree with whoever said Baki is us. You said that, right, Harris?
Yeah.
Because even Baki's like, I just want to fucking fight.
Right.
And I'm like, I just want to watch you fight. And it
Right.
just will not happen, dude.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Oliver comes into the cell and just crumples the cell door.
The fucking door.
Yeah.
And the guard's like, "Can you please come on?
I got the
we have
keys.
doors,
I
dude.
have the keys.
No, he's just like, just put a curtain up.
Put
He's
a
like,
curtain up, dude. Whatever. We're fucking
like, we're
hippies
a
now.
prison.
Whatever.
What's a prison without doors? Like,
Right.
come on, man.
Oh, that was so funny.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty good.
And then the guard just runs away about it too. So I don't want to deal with this. Mr. Oliver then puts Guevara over. Like big, says, "Oh my God, you're so Guevara," and then says, "But we have you and I, one flaw between you and I. You and I, one flaw between you and I. I, Mr. Oliver, stopped eating candy and playing with my yo-yo." And Guevara says, "I stopped playing tag and playing with toys and cards, but I just want to fight. And I just never grew out of that,
Feel that?
Mr. Oliver says, "You know what? I fight for someone else, though. You just fight." And Guevara says, "Well, you fucking fight for someone else. You're fucking dog shit, dude." And Mr. Oliver says, "I fight for my e-girl, dude."
Mhm.
Baki, then again, being the avatar of the viewer, says, "Hold on. Y'all fucking talking too much, dude. Y'all fucking about to start sucking each other's dicks and shit, talking about your childhood and all this bullshit, and I'm trying to fuck." And then they just fucking give
fuck.
him
Yeah.
the 10 hand salute to the face.
Yeah.
They slapped the shit out of him, dude.
Love that.
Baki's like, I did not abduct the president for this shit.
Right.
Yeah.
And Baki gets wrecked. That's it. He gets fucking knocked the fuck
Yeah.
out. And Guevara says, you know, the Hanma blood is the most potent fluid
No,
on the planet. So he probably just got really hyped, you know.
you forgot the explanation where they were like, predators, even when like
Oh, I forgot about that. You don't get in a fight between two predators because
The interloper will get fucked up.
When two
they'll
things
just
are
team
fighting,
up and beat up that guy.
they'll
yeah.
turn.
Like, oh, thank you, narrator. Thank you very much. Thank you. Didn't know about that one.
Yeah,
So-
that was a good one.
Then I think the worst thing that's ever happened in Baki happened. Mr. Oliver pulls out a handkerchief. And Guevara says, "Oh, is that from your e-girl?" He said, "No. It's from the town my e-girl is from."
He's such a simp.
He's the simpiest, dude.
He said if it was any more intimate, I would just preak everywhere. dude."
I would just be fucking
Oh,
dripping,
dude.
dude.
Oh,
And he says, "Guevara, you wanna smell since we talked about our childhoods?" And Guevara says, "Fuck your shit, bitch," and spits on his fucking handkerchief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mr. Oliver goes running away screaming.
I hated it. I wanted the
I
fight to
thought-
start right there, dude.
I thought he was going to literally rip him in half
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, why didn't
I thought he was just gonna
The
face
Oliver
fucking
from
him.
literally every other episode was gonna
Right.
fucking
Yeah. Like the disrespect and
Yeah.
the level of rage it put him into, and then you
Right.
leave,
This
And
man
he ran
eats,
away.
and then he
This
runs
it's a
away.
man
diff-
eats
it's a different
5
kind of
steaks and
rage,
3
okay?
dictionaries a day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this
You had
guy's
to
gonna
first and
spit.
foremost see his woman about
Yeah.
it, okay?
Yeah.
Because it had to do with
I
his woman.
guess.
Oh, okay. You're right. That's what he did in every other
Anyway.
episode we see him. Gotcha.
Well, because we
That's the end of the episode?
Nothing had to do with his woman, okay?
Oh, gotcha.
It's different, all right?
That's
It's a
the
different
end
kind
of
of
the
man.
fucking. That's the end of the fucking.
That's the
episode.
end of the episode. A whole nothing happens once again.
I
Again,
give-
I don't know
fucking
what
know.
you're talking about, okay?
I give this episode a trapped in the closet out of Amaranth.
Now I'm in the closet. Now I'm in the closet too.
Right. So the chicken in the road. Right.
Trapped in the closet, dude, is so underrated. And yeah, he pissed on people, but he made a masterpiece, you know?
He did a lot more than that, but okay.
No,
listen,
no.
To,
Listen.
to the listeners. Okay, listen, because I talk about this. I don't know if everyone here heard it, but
Okay.
listen, I understand R. Kelly, horrible human being, right? Bad shit happened.
Yeah.
But I want each and every one of you listeners to just think about this. You don't need to answer. You know what? Answer if you want. Email us at ath@animetraphouse.com. But listen, you're out of the club. Hammer drunk.
Okay.
Ignition comes on. What do you do?
You fucking bump and
yeah.
grind, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just think about it.
Nothing
Tell us.
wrong.
ath@animetraphouse.com. Let us know what you would do.
Just get like 30 emails, just like, yeah, of course I'm doing it.
So, right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
the joke. Right. So, chicken and the road. Right. You know how roads came to be in existence, right? So when the wheel was made, they break really easy because of the harsh landscape. So in 1514, just 5 years before Leonardo da Vinci died, he came up with the idea of creating a smooth surface so it was less wear and tear on wheels. It, of course, wasn't actually implemented until 1885 when the materials needed to viably implement were readily available. It was this technique that the chicken had studied so it could cross the road more easily. But the thing is, it didn't actually cross the whole road. It was only halfway.
Uh-oh.
Episode 7.
Was that the ending of it?
Episode 7.
There's gonna be one more.
There's gonna be more.
It's so
'cause there was
weird that you're asking
was
the
a-
same questions about the endings of Baki episodes. It's almost
Right.
like he's alluding to something.
I feel
We find
like,
out
oh,
that Mr. Oliver's e-girl, Maria,
Harris, dude, if you go back on your choke at the end of this, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind,
He's not gonna do that, dude. What the heck?
dude.
He's never done
I'm
that.
gonna lose my fucking mind.
Not
I'll go
gonna
fucking
do
Chris
it,
Benoit my
dude.
entire household if you fucking go back of it on the end of this hairs.
Not.
You don't have a Bowflex.
I'm Chris wanting my whole fucking life, dude.
We're gonna have to take a break after we get to the last episode because I have to rewrite some stuff. Maria lives in the prison with Mr. Oliver. No one believes Mr. Oliver because no one's seen her. And he dresses up and then pontificates on how much more than love he is in with her.
Okay,
It's a solid word,
pontificate?
dude. Solid
Pontificate.
What does
word.
that
dude.
mean?
Yeah, that's the Dark Souls boss.
You know what? I've been re-listening to all of our shit, right, to find clips, and Harris uses the word lament fucking constantly. He
I love the word
loves
lament,
that
though.
word, dude.
That's one of my
Good
favorite
word.
words, dude. It's top 5 favorite words.
Is pontificate gonna go up there now? 'Cause it's a
No,
pretty good one.
befuddled is number 1.
Oh, befuddled.
That's-
I've never
that's a
heard you
good
say that
word.
on the podcast.
I
ever.
can't. It doesn't like. It's not a natural word I can just inject into shit.
Never heard
Yeah,
you say it. Never heard you say it.
But like when
Yeah.
someone says befuddled, I'm in a puddle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you are.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm
Elmer
befuddled.
Right.
What does
I know.
pontificate mean?
Means to like think very highly. It's like philosophize. You know.
Okay.
He's got like 2 swords.
Yeah.
One's like shadow. One's like flame.
Guevara gives Kent a jar. Kent is the tall dude from the One Thing in the episode way before when that was the big guy didn't fit in bed.
Why is that
And
such
says
a weatherman name?
which one? Pontificate.
Back to you, Kent,
Kent
with the weather.
with the jar. He gives him the jar and says,
He
"You
gives
need
him
to
weather.
give this to me later."
Gives him weather. He's the weatherman.
This is jar. Give me later. Maria then gives Mr. Oliver some of that sweet, sweet verbal BDSM and then some real BDSM.
Yeah.
She just calls him all of the dirtiest shit in the world.
Yeah.
You know?
And I can see why he likes her because I
Right.
like mean women,
Right.
dude.
I was like,
Ooh,
yeah,
fucking
dude.
yell at me.
Yeah.
Call me a fucking piece
sure.
of shit, dude.
Yeah.
But then, aftercare is very important, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it is.
She calls Mr. Oliver darling and says she loves him, and he channels his inner Hanma and just tenderizes meat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She's
And
like,
this
she
has
calls
to
him
be-
darling. He's like, don't do it. He's like turning into the Hulk as
Yeah.
it's happening.
Yeah.
She's like, I love you. And he's like, ah! And then just fucking
It was
lays
the Pound Town.
the Keystone Pipeline.
Mhm.
Yeah.
in
And
her.
this woman is the only woman on the entire planet that can handle what he's rocking.
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
we've
Find out.
seen it,
Yeah.
and it goes up to his chest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we saw it. We
And
saw the
he's a-
skyscraper known in
Oh
his
yeah.
ding ding.
Oh
dude.
yeah, we did see that.
It's
oh, I
so
forgot
big,
about that.
dude. It's so big.
Guevara tells
Wow,
all
we really
his-
have gone a long ways since that
Yeah.
episode.
Yep, sure have. You're right. We've gone a long way.
I was probably 30. Guevara says the jar holds courage from a storm that a weak kid gave him before he came to America.
Love this.
Good, whatever.
He just told this kid, hey, go stand on a cliff and catch a hurricane.
Yeah.
Idiot.
He's like, okay,
Okay.
it's fight night, boys. I mean, it's try to convince us it's fight night,
Mm-hmm.
but this is Baki, baby. So get ready to learn a lot of random shit and get hyped for nothing to happen.
Yeah.
Mr. Oliver comes out in a tux and a king-size bed with his girl in it. And that frame is putting in work, dude.
It's put in
Yeah.
so much work.
Oh man.
yeah.
That frame is the strongest character in the show. Easy, dude. Because he holds it at the edge at one point and it barely bends.
Yeah.
That shit didn't come from IKEA. I'll tell you that right now.
No. No, because frames just fall apart, dude.
They
My
just fall
frame,
apart, dude.
every time you move on, it's broken. Like you
Right.
can't. There's nothing you could do on that frame.
Right.
You have to
When
lay
I'm-
it in a certain
When
way.
I
in order
when I am dream humping,
Yeah.
my frame shakes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
You think I could pick it up
No.
and it just stay
by
together?
one end?
Right.
Hell no, dude.
His girlfriend out here looking like Jabba the Hutt.
Mm-hmm.
God.
But like, okay,
Mm.
we've all seen Mr. Oliver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd break a girl if she was even a little bit
Yeah.
smaller. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
He's probably
this is necessity for him.
Yeah.
right. He's probably like laid the final pipe in many cave holes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, it doesn't matter, right? I wouldn't even care because the second she started being mean to me, I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be mean to me. Yell at me.
My favorite line of this whole like group of episodes was when they saw her, like the whole prison yard, and it's like they all knew at that moment that they would never be able to properly explain to someone just how large she is.
Right.
And I was just imagining like 300 different prison guards talk to this one. Prison people be like, I don't like bigger. I don't
Like what you're imagining, I already know it's not enough.
Like if 4 of us laid down together.
Yeah.
You're like 4 of us. You're like you're still not doing it right. Like I know you're making,
But
your
like
brain
one
your
skeleton is holding it.
I'm telling you that your brain is trying to make it feasible. Like you're trying to make it look like a person and stop.
It's just
I'm
not.
telling
It
you,
doesn't look like a person.
12 airplane seats minimum.
Like
That's what I'm saying.
like Baki has -8 BMI.
Mm-hmm.
She's got like positive 800% BMI.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then Mr. Oliver flexes and jumps out of his tux, so it's just standing there.
Eh.
And I don't know, dude. Show's good because it allows good stuff like this to happen. You know what I
I
mean?
know, right?
Like,
Yeah.
this was dope. I was like, that's awesome. I don't know.
Yeah. He turns to the crowd and he's like, "She's beautiful, right?" And everyone's
Yeah.
Everyone's like, yeah, for
Uh-huh.
sure.
She's just so I've never seen somebody prettier in my whole lifetime.
I'll crank it right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all prisoners. I don't know.
Yeah.
Guevara then opens the jar and is blown away by the storm inside. And I don't think I know how jars and storms work anymore.
It's like lightning in a bottle, but different.
Just a hurricane in a bottle.
He takes his bandana off, and they're gonna play loser lose.
Yeah.
My favorite game. Hopefully they explain it to everybody.
It's basically the knife fight from the Michael Jackson Bad music video, except this is actually bad.
It's great.
They just have to hold on to each side of the bandana. You fuck up the other dude until they let go.
That sounds awesome.
Okay. They talk about each other's finger strength and like grip styles for 8 minutes.
For 8
Yeah.
fucking...
I timed it.
Yeah.
8 minutes they talk about this shit.
You guys want to know how long an
Yeah.
episode is? Go ahead, tell them. Go ahead.
without the
12 minutes.
without everything, it's like 15 minutes.
15
So, like,
minutes. 8.
More than half. of the
More than
episode.
half.
I don't know, dude.
That's
Oliver
not
just
okay.
It's just a good episode.
Oliver just eats blows from Guevara and then makes fun of him for using both of his hands. He's like, you use both your hands for this bandana, dude? You baby back bitch. I'm just going to use my fucking pinky. You know why I'm going to use my pinky?
Hopefully they tell
Aristocrats-
us.
Aristocrats back in the day used to hold a glass and keep their pinky out because back in the day, spices were worth more than gold. So they would grab spices with their little pinky and just kind of drizzle it on to whatever they were eating.
Ever know if I'm learning something from this show?
This
or
is
not.
the most plausible thing that they've ever said in this show. Okay.
Mhm.
This is the one that almost made me want to look it up.
I
to
almost
see.
looked it up. I fucking. This is at least canon in my head. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, this
I
is
believe
something
it.
I'm telling people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm drinking something, I'm
Yeah.
putting my pinky out. Like, you know what?
Yeah,
But
I
see,
don't
so
want
I
to
went-
be rude.
I went the other way with it because I don't need to do that for spices. Like, I never knew why people put their pinky out. And now I'll fucking slap the shit out of my food with spices. You know what I mean? I'll put my whole ass pinky on a fucking glass going on now. You know what I'm saying?
Why you like rubbing your glass? You know what I'm gonna do?
Fucking dude.
Fucking dunking my entire hand in some
Dunking my
crushed
whole
red pepper,
fucking-
baby.
I'm gonna
the
put my
bandits,
whole fucking hand in some pepper and just slap the shit out my meat about it, dude.
Oh yeah.
That's how I marinate steaks. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
tenderize, and marinade. You ever seen that video where it's like how hard do you need to slap a chicken to cook it? Fucking love
Yeah.
that shit, dude.
What?
Video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can slap a chicken and cook it?
Like if you slap, like, because there was some video where the dude kept slapping the chicken and eventually it cooked, you know? Like, not cooked, but like. it was
No, I
on,
don't
you
know. I don't get it.
Because the heat
it's
and the
that-
friction that your hand is creating.
Yeah.
Anyway. And then they were like, okay, so how hard do you have to hit the chicken to like just cook it? Guevara then pulls off some hair from his beard and then blows it into Mr. Oliva's eye, and that's the end of the episode.
Yep.
Good episode.
That's it.
And I gave this episode a Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure out of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Good spread.
So Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure, because remember in that movie, there's those two guys on the tricycles that were like massive. That's what Maria reminded me of.
Nope.
And then Pirates of the Caribbean, because Johnny Depp would run around and be like, I got a job. That's what I think of. So the chicken, right? Dodges and weaves through traffic. Almost gets stuck in the axle of a semi-truck, jumps over a motorcycle, and kicks off a 97 Honda Civic to finally make it all the way across the road. It makes it there. It's a big moment. It's standing in front of the butcher shop. Inside will be the hardest challenge of its life. The butcher. But before I could tell you that, I got to tell you that the butcher already has a rival. It's called the government. Episode 8. As the hair gets stuck in Mr. Oliver's eye, Guevara throws Mr. Oliver in the air. And then Mr. Oliver grabs the bandana fully, and Guevara gives him the same speech back and just wails on him about it.
Speech, dude.
Speech.
Speech.
He's like, "It's fucking embarrassing. You're doing the same thing that I told you to do when I was doing. You tell me that I was doing it, now you're doing it. What's going on?" See? While Guevara's wailing on Mr. Oliver just lets go of the bandana completely and holds it in the dreaded Gilberto style.
Gilberto.
You ready?
It was great.
I'm not ready.
John Gilberto was a mafia hotel manager
I fucking love it.
in the 1950s in Paris. And he had to play this game because he got caught skimming money from his bosses. He was forced to play this game. Only he had to hold the handkerchief in his palm open. As the fight begins, he was hit once in the face. And the executioners shot and killed the competitors. Obviously, they killed this guy. He was 70 years old. But they kept building that he wasn't going to be the one killed, you know? Like, they did. And they're like, yeah, like...
It just kept going.
His name's stuck though.
He died. But it's still his style. You know what I
He
mean?
didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, they kept
His
doing
style
the,
didn't work, but
they kept doing the build up, and then when they finally told you dead, he's like, yeah, and then he died because he was 70.
Yeah, because he was
Of course
70.
he died.
And this is, of course, how it worked. You see that other guy he was fighting? Are you
Yeah.
kidding?
But
I was like,
the
damn, they
name
fucked me,
stayed
dude.
throughout time because of how he had to hold it.
Oh yeah, I love the show.
so
They
good,
fucked
dude.
me. They both end up using the Gilberto style as Guevara lays into Mr. Oliver. Mr. Oliver then just grabs the back of his head and says, "Have you seen the ground?" And just throws him down into the ground. Baki, then again, being the avatar of the viewer, says, "You know what? This is some fucking dog shit right now. I've been in this prison a minute. I don't even remember what Kozue looks like anymore. I'm gonna go lay down with this bitch over here." And he just goes and cuddles with Maria. And the bandana flies away. And Maria makes fun of this whole game. She said, "Y'all talking about this bandana like you pulling your dicks. A real fight, a man's fight, is you put hands on the motherfucker." While Mr. Oliver is distracted by Maria kissing Baki's head, Guevara lays a stiff kick and then blows out Mr. Oliver's eardrum. Oh, shit, he's going to do the snail ripper. Before he can pull the hair to destroy Mr. Oliver's inner ear, Mr. Oliver grabs Guevara and then gives this man the fucking 5-star to end all 5 stars on his chest so hard he goes flying like 300 feet into a wall.
Yeah.
It's good.
Dude, the animation that they did for when he's flying into the wall was
so good.
It was so fucking terrible.
I beat you to it. I said so good.
It legit looked like they just they cut out Guevara, put him in the air, and then just rotated him as it flew backward. It was so fucking ugly
in real life.
That's what happened.
That's what happens in real life.
Well, how do you think God made physics? That's what he does when people spin.
Yeah.
He's just clip art. We're all just clip art.
We're all just clip art living in the fucking
that's what the
clip art
pinwheel
world.
represented.
Right.
That meant that's what he was going to do in 2 episodes.
Right.
And what he made mouth do, lip, teeth, whichever one it was.
Yeah. They were all the mouth, you idiot.
Yep.
Baki then says Maria was just everything he wanted. She was warm. She was cuddly. She was nice.
Dude, Baki's so wholesome.
It just felt good to just be laying in that, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mr. Oliver thanks Baki for cuckolding him and calming Maria down. Could you imagine?
Yeah,
Like this guy just laid down with like your girl and you're like, thanks.
Yeah. He's a simp and a cuck. It's crazy.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's pretty wild.
Everyone cheers.
Suck.
Everyone cheers for Mr. Oliver, and then
Kim.
And then Guevara starts singing a sea shanty and marks his face up like he did in the mouth fight. His chest still has a giant handprint in it, and he charges up to Mr. Oliver and gives him a big boot kick. Mr. Oliver then does a kip up while the crowd cheers for Guevara. Mr. Oliver says, you know what? I wasn't really going to hit you because you're small, dude. You see me? You see my bitch? You're like an ant compared to us. So you know what? It's a good day. And Guevara says it's a good day to die. And then Mr. Oliver gives Guevara the good old face smash.
Face smash. Always good.
Dude.
Classic.
His fucking hand was inside of his face.
Yeah. They did this thing where when he grabbed it, Guevara's eyelids were like protruded out and they stayed that way. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
And just as the fight is coming to a climax, GPS is all over the world getting fucked up.
Yep. Sure
Yeah,
is.
because Yujiro is hanging out with George Bush.
Yep.
Remember that guy that was a bodyguard for George Bush and worked for Guevara?
And he's still a bodyguard after the
Well, he doesn't want to defend George Bush against Yujiro Hanma. Bush is like, hey, you're going to be my bodyguard? He's going to fight me. He's going to kill me. What are you going to do about it? And this lesson guy says, you fuck, dude. I don't know. I'm not. I'm not.
Have you
It's
seen
a suicide? You're fucking idiot, dude.
Yeah, you're committing suicide, and that's not my job.
I'm not
That's
stopping
not
you
in my
from
job
necking
description.
yourself, dude.
I don't know.
I want
Have
no
you
part of
seen
that.
how many wrinkles he has on his face? You think I could fight that?
Pass.
He's not a person.
His
Pass,
eyebrows, his eyebrow muscles have muscles. Like, what do you want me to do about
What can
that?
I do? Tell me.
And Lesson says, you know what? He's going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. And then drop kicks George Bush out the window.
He said he was like a computer there. He's like, the only way he doesn't kill him is if I kill him. That's
it.
That's the only way I can save you from him.
I see this as an absolute win. I just have to kill him first. Then I
He drop
protected him.
kicks.
I saved you. Go ahead.
I kicked you out the window so he didn't kill you. Go ahead.
He drop kicks George Bush out of the window, but then Yujiro grabs George Bush on the floor before he can hit the ground and just puts his whole finger in George Bush's ear for some reason.
Yeah.
I got a little
I
turned
think
on.
he's just saying, like, I could blend your brain right now, but I'm just going to clear your ear out instead.
I could literally just push your brain to the other ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call my finger the magic bullet because I can make your brain a smoothie right now.
Right. Yujiro then says,
How-
I don't want to fight you, Lesson, but I would like to fight your big boss man, which to me meant that he was saying that Guevara was a fighter worth his time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Guevara keeps singing the sea shanty while he's just in the ground.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the episode.
Yep.
Ho.
Good end.
I gave this episode a Manchurian Candidate out of One Piece. Because of presidential assassination
Yep.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then One Piece because of the bed bitch.
Because of the pirate shit. Because he
Okay.
was singing a sea shanty.
Gotcha.
Before I can give you the joke about the butcher, there's a joke about the government I gotta tell you first,
I
right?
gotta go.
So the government, right, is a necessary evil because somebody's got to run people on a larger scale. Wait. Wasn't I telling a joke about the chicken? Don't worry about that. The butcher killed the chicken. Or did he? Did you know that a chicken can run around with its head cut off for 8 seconds before it stops moving? But just because you don't have a head doesn't really mean you're dead, you know?
Okay.
That's the show. That's Baki. That was me. That was me trying to write a joke. How Baki tells
How
the story.
Baki would.
You
Yeah.
did it.
You
You
did
did it.
very well.
You got
You
it.
did
Yeah.
very well.
And
That's
just
it.
like, just
Just
hats
like
off to following through this.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was beautiful. It was so
That's,
good.
You know.
You know how we
that's
said
how it
that
feels.
the family, the Baki Hanma Beastars family, Legoshi Dog Dick family.
Mhm.
You're part of that now.
I could fit in. I could make.
You could
it
fit
work.
in. You could fit in.
Yeah.
I make it work. And that's the end of these episodes. You know, it doesn't change. Like I said, I'm still hyped for the next 4 episodes. You know, like I want it injected directly into my veins, but it's not good.
Do you think like is it really gonna be the last couple episodes is just gonna be Baki fighting Oliver, or do you think
I promise Baki doesn't even fight him. I would be shocked if Guevara gets written out. Like, I think the rest of the show is going to be Guevara versus Oliver to some extent, and hyping Baki versus Oliver. Like, if Guevara gets like this is actually him beaten and he's like done and we don't see him anymore, like this is gonna get a dope as dope because they did something over the course of the season. They introduced this character.
Totally
They
has them fighting.
they built them all the way up, and then they took them out to propel Oliver up. I'm there for that long-term storytelling. He's not fighting Oliver because there's not enough episodes.
Yeah, it
You're
would
right.
be. They need at least 7.
At least.
Yeah.
At least. In the second halfway through the second season, he might touch him.
We keep memeing about like Dragon Ball, we as a community, right?
Mhm.
But I don't think Baki could actually resolve a full fight if they ever committed to it.
It's
Just changing scenes, like they have to change locations at least 5 times.
right. And again, this is like most of the wrestling fans that have given up on WWE, right? This is the biggest criticism they have is you have 2 people fighting each other, but you don't want to put one over. Like you want to maintain that they're both the best. So you put some bullshit in the middle there so that the fight just stops, right? Like they did this here too with Guevara versus the Mouth, right? The one dude got fucked up, so the other dude ran away pissing. But if the one dude that got uppercutted to hell comes back and they 3 fight him again, that's a viable fight you could do. And they could be like, well, now we know your capabilities. We know you're 8 times a person or whatever. And we've trained because we were amateurs and now
Now-
we're all masters. Like,
That would be the fucking funniest.
but that's what I'm saying. Like that, this is the part of wrestling that I hate. Like, give me a conclusion. Tell me that this is over. But it's back to the whole thing where no one actually dies in this universe. Spec is still out there somewhere. He's coming back, dude. He's coming
Synchronicity's still
back.
going on, dude.
Synchronicity is
Synchronicity.
still alive and well, dude.
Yeah.
I just love, and by love I mean absolutely fucking hate how the show started, right? With like this big ordeal of Yujiro murdering the elephant, right?
Yeah.
and Baki doing shit, and they're like, all right, the challenge is accepted. Dad versus son. And then that's it. We get literally nothing from those two characters besides like a 2-second scene with Yujiro and George Bush, and then Baki interjecting himself into these other characters.
Yeah.
I just don't.
It's that, like I said, it's the whole, before I tell you that story, I gotta tell you this one. And they just forget what the main story is.
They,
It's
great.
insane.
I love it. It's the dopest dope.
It's like it's a recursive show.
Yeah. It's just stuck
Like,
in a
that's
loop.
what it is. Yeah.
Until someone says, hey, wait a minute. I think we're in a loop. All right, break it. And then they break it, but
they
then just
have
get stuck
never
in another
broke
loop.
it. He's
They
been
just get stuck
fighting
in
his
another loop.
dad since the first fucking season, but he's never fought his dad.
Yeah.
The whole thing
What
is
do you think a loop
Baki
is?
Like,
gonna
okay,
fight
if
his
you-
dad.
If you look at seasons as one narrative, right? The first one was Baki proving himself outside of the tournament, right? Like the first tournament that like he fought his brother in that we didn't see. That was like in the previous whatever. That first tournament of the underground thing was him fighting people that were so brutal that they were not recognized as actual fighters. And he overcame that to a certain degree. And then the second one was the Raitai tournament. And again, that was him like destroying his body, learning what fighting meant, watching his dad actually fight, learning his patterns, understanding the chasm between them, and then being like, okay, now I think I can take him on. And this is him, again, trying to fight someone his dad has recognized as a viable opponent, and then catapulting from there. But holy fuck, dude.
It
It's
feels
so
like I'm
much.
watching the show through mud. Like I'm
Yeah.
in mud and I'm just trying to get to a part that I can enjoy, and it's just so fucking far away.
Yeah.
They just won't let me watch it.
It's insane. But again, I if someone told me that they thought this show was mediocre, I would probably devalue
lying.
their opinion immediately. Like, it's every person I've talked to that's seen this is like, it's really fucking bad, or it's really fucking good because of how bad it is, or it's just good. And I respect all those opinions, but to say that it's like a nothing, like you can't forget this shit once you watch this.
It's in you.
It
True.
will
Yeah.
ingrain itself into your
Mhm.
brain. It's the same thing with like
Absolutely.
B stars to a certain degree. Like they just fucking stick in there because of how outlandish and weird they are. But
It's just but
does that make it good? I don't know.
I'm gonna remember it. I already forgot most animes. Someone called me out for not remembering. They called me out for not liking Afro Samurai, and I already forgot most of it. I'll be honest.
That doesn't make
Already
sense
out of my
either, because
head.
that show is fucking outlandish too. A lot of weird shit that's happening. People being gods off of fucking bandanas.
Just
Bang,
saying, this is the shit that sticks in my head.
Yeah.
That's why I think you're dumb as a human, you know?
Right. It'd be like that. And that's the show. We got
the show.
one more.
Yep.
Oh boy, we got one more.
You got to do one more, buddy.
Yeah, we got to do one more. You'll just get less sleep for
Gotta
the
do
next
one
one.
more.
Yeah, it's fine. You know, like I think
Really
it
hope
worked
I don't
out.
get Syrah.
I think it worked out. I'm excited for more stuff.
Are you?
Shout out chickens.
Shout out.
Shout out
Shout out.
chickens, dude. Shout out
Chickens, dude.
butchers.
Shout out
Butchers.
eyebrow muscles.
Shout out
Shout out.
when
Shout
the
out
wheel was
pinching.
invented.
Shout out thick women.
Yeah.
Shout
Yeah,
out
dude.
explanations,
Shout
dude.
out.
Negative shout out to
Pinky-
explanations.
Pinky spices.
Yep.
Shout out mean women, dude. Shout out just be
Definitely shout
mean to
out mean
me.
women.
Just
Shout
shout
out catching
out.
hurricanes, bro.
Yeah,
Yes.
dude.
Catching a
Yeah,
hurricane
dude.
in a jar. Definitely
Shout
shout out
out-
to that.
Shout out that fucking big fucking Oliver dick, you know?
Yeah,
Yep.
dude.
That thing is so big.
I just want to see him go at it.
I
wanna
want a
sit
whole
on it.
show off that thing.
I think it's
Like-
big enough that I could just hug it with my whole body.
You
Yeah.
could just fucking.
It's like a body pillow.
Yeah, dude.
That's what he should call it.
I
Shout
wa-
out,
I wanna-
shout
I wanna
out
go
the
fucking
Oliver body pillow.
body
Yeah,
pillow of the
shout out Oliver Body Cock, dude.